All right, let's just get this out of the way. We need to talk about something most people won't ever say out loud. Those first 5 years of compounding, they feel like an absolute, total failure. So you're doing everything right? You're saving, you're skipping the lattes, you're watching everyone else's highlight reel on social media, and then you open your account after 5 long years, and the number has barely budged. You hear that little voice in your head whispering, "This is pointless," right? Well, that's the trap. Welcome to my channel, The Financial Exit. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why this whole thing starts so painfully slow, and I'm going to show you the exact moment, the tipping point, when everything changes.
Okay, so here's the deal. It all comes down to a core mismatch. See, our brains are wired for linear progress. You push something, it moves. Simple cause and effect. But compounding, it doesn't work like that at all. It's a curve, and at the beginning, that curve is so flat it's almost invisible.
I mean, think about it. 10% of a small number is, well, it's still a pretty small number. That growth is so microscopic it feels like nothing is happening. And our biology, our brains, they crave those quick feedback loops. So this slow early curve, it practically insults our instincts. And when our instincts get insulted, what do? They scream at us to change course. And that right there is the first great danger, that overwhelming urge to just quit.
So this feeling, this frustration, it builds up and creates these two huge psychological hurdles. Honestly, these are the traps that make most people throw in the towel, usually right before things are about to get really, really interesting.
And the first trap? It feels profoundly unfair. You want the market, the system, to do the heavy lifting, right? But in those first few years, let's be real, you are the system. You are the engine. Every single dollar of growth comes from your own savings, your own effort, and man, is it exhausting. It's like you're out there pouring this massive concrete foundation that no one else could even see. But that foundation, that's what your entire financial future is going to be built on.
Which brings us right to the second trap, the silence of good habits. I mean, just think about it for a second. Does anyone throw a party when your automated transfer goes through? Is there a confetti cannon when you buy a boring old index fund? No. The world rewards spending, not saving. You get all this social validation, all the likes and comments, for the choices that drain your future, and you get crickets for the ones that are actually building it. It's designed to nudge you toward activity. And let me tell you, activity is the absolute enemy of compounding.
So you're fighting through all this, right? The silence, the slow start, and you're asking for what? Well, it's for one single moment, a moment that completely changes the entire game. We're talking about the tipping point.
And this moment has a name. It's called the flip. It's the day, the specific point in time when the growth from your investments becomes bigger than the money you are personally putting in. This is the milestone every single investor is secretly working towards. It's the moment the machine finally starts to carry its own weight, to build its own momentum. And the feeling when it happens, it's almost eerie, it's wild. 1 month you'll deposit your usual $500, but you check your account and it's grown by $600. And then a year later, the market's movement alone adds more to your portfolio than everything you managed to scrape together and save all year. It's incredible. You're still doing your part, but now there's a tailwind. The wind is finally at your back.
Okay, so once the flip happens, your job isn't over, but it has to change. Your whole mindset has to evolve if you really want to see this thing through to the end.
See, before the flip, you were the engine. You were constantly shoveling coal into the furnace, fueling the system. But now, your new role is the protector. Your main job isn't building anymore, it's guarding the incredible thing you've already built.
And what are you guarding it from? Well, you're guarding it from the 3 big forces that can still wreck everything. There's panic, that voice screaming at you to sell when the headlines are terrifying. There's greed, telling you to chase that hot new thing when the party is really loud. And then there's maybe the most dangerous one, boredom. The little whisper that tempts you to tinker and optimize a system that's already working perfectly.
We really need to reframe this idea of boredom. Boredom isn't the enemy here. It's actually the goal. That feeling of boredom? That's the sound of the compounding machine quietly doing its work in the background while you get to go out and actually live your life. Seriously, if you can learn to love that sound, you have won half the battle right there. So, okay, how do we actually do this? How do you survive those brutal first 5 years and then switch to being a protector? Well, you build a simple system. A system designed to take your own worst enemy, your emotions, completely out of the equation. And here it is. Here's how you build it. Number 1,
Decide on a percentage to invest. Make it a non-negotiable line item in your budget like rent. Number 2, automate the transfer. This is absolutely crucial because it removes that moment of doubt every payday. 3, pick simple, diversified funds. You are not trying to be the next stock-picking genius. 4, and this one is so important, write down your rules. I mean, literally write them down. The only conditions where you're allowed to sell or make a change. And finally, number 5, stop checking your account every single day. Measure your progress infrequently, maybe once a quarter. You need that space to build patience.
Now look, if you want one concrete target that will fundamentally change your psychology, chase that first $100,000. It's not some magic number, but it's like a psychological ridge you cross. It's the point where the curve finally starts to speak in thousands of dollars, even in a totally average year. And trust me, the sound of those thousands, that'll keep you disciplined.
Let's think about it this way. It's like planting a tree, right? For the first whole season, you see nothing above the ground. But underneath, the roots are spreading, searching for water. Then, eventually, a trunk appears. The roots, they take the longest, and nobody ever sees them or praises them. Well, those first 5 years of investing, those are the roots. And if you stop watering that spot just because the surface looks dull, you'll spend the rest of your life standing in the hot sun wishing you had the shade that tree would have provided.
And here's the part that should probably scare you a little bit, just enough to keep you going. If you quit at year 4.5, you don't just lose 6 months of progress. No. You lose the compounding that was scheduled to happen for the next 20 years on a base of money that was finally big enough to be meaningful. You literally throw away the entire payoff for a little bit of short-term relief. And you know what happens? You'll watch other people who just stayed the course, and you'll think they're lucky. You might even convince yourself they had some secret advantage you didn't. But the simple, powerful truth is this: their only real advantage was the discipline to get out of their own way. They simply refused to interrupt their own curve. So the most important point is this: protection, being a guard. It looks boring from the outside, but it is the highest form of financial skill there is, because it preserves the one and only asset you can never, ever get back: time.
Hey, if you got some value out of this today, would you do me a huge favor? Hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the Financial Exit so you don't miss what's coming next. And I'm really curious, drop a comment below and let me know how many years you've been on your investing journey. Thanks so much for watching.